Hello, everyone. Welcome back from the weekend. I am assuming, but I believe that you had a wonderful weekend. I did, though very hectic, but I enjoyed my weekend. We would like to always know how your weekend went because it's always a good way to check on one another here. So let us know how your weekend went. And my weekend was really hectic, but we'll talk a little bit about it. But thank you so much again for being here. I highly appreciate all of you being here. Like I always say, you could have chosen to be somewhere else, or you could have just chosen to lay down in bed or whatever, but you chose to be here. And that means that you know why you're here, because we are here for three fundamental questions that where do you come from? And what are you doing presently, and where are you going with what you're doing, which underlines and underscores uh, the foundation of what we are doing here. What is your purpose in life? Because everybody exists for a reason, for a purpose. You were not just created and placed on this planet to eat and sleep and that is why Mr. Ashmufara, I always adore him, because he understands this, and we keep putting our hands together for him and his family, especially him who carries the vision and the mission of ONPASSIVE and the reason for why we are here. He has done something tremendous that we might not know, but to be able to bring people together, that is the first step of building generational wealth. That means he's bringing like-minded people together, masterpieces together, even though we all might not be there yet mentally. But I think when we keep learning and keep coming together, then we will get there, because you can never, never succeed and be truly happy with your success alone. We have to be in a community, in a village, because we are only human through the humanity of others. And I always repeat this because the Ubuntu spirit tells me that. And the Ubuntu spirit is a spirit of belonging and taking care of one another and loving one another and growing through others, but growing in an honest way, in a very clean way, in a pure way, in a way that is centered on the human being. And we all know that we are all human, and there is only one human race, just one. And this is so important, because when we really understand this concept, there will be no reason for fights. There will be no reason for name callings. There will be no reason for hatred. We all are born with those things, but when we understand this concept, it will just diminish very quick, because we understand that. So I am just so happy all the time, because you are helping us, not just me. You're helping us fulfill our dreams of providing young people, children, women, families with valuable, clean, safe tools that they can begin to build on their hopes and their dreams, build generational wealth while living a life of leadership and purpose, and also to eradicate hunger. Food is very important. You don't nourish yourself, you can't do anything, you will die, right? Food, you're talking about housing, you're talking about building that generational way to eliminate poverty. We're talking about building homeless shelters for homeless people. A lot of things are there that we can do. And because of Unpassive, we're going to do that. And we don't just have to sit and wait for Unpassive. We can start doing that in our own little ways. Sometimes $5, $10 can go a long way to do something in a different country, But until you find out, until you have that passion, that mission, that purpose, you will not be able to do that. So this is very, very important for me, because I take it so seriously ever since I was little, and I continue to do so. But God has blessed us with Unpassive and Mr. Ashmufara, that we will be able to do these things. And it's blessing us in other ways, because you can take other ways, whatever you're doing now, and you activate those products so that you can use it. Imagine having 2 accounts. Imagine having 3. Imagine having 4, 10, 50. And these accounts are all activated. Remember the kind of different funnels of income that you'll be having, generational wealth. You will never go for a day without having at least $1 in your account. You would never go for a day without having at least 1,000 francs in your account in Cameroon
Mhm.
currency. This is what is called independence, financial freedom and independence, and wealth freedom and independence. You will be liberated psychologically, mentally. When you are liberated that way, your physical well-being will be there. A lot of us go through a lot of things because we have not been taught the proper way,
Mhm.
and not because our parents didn't know. They did their very best what they knew how to do, but the educational system throughout the world is a kind of a secular system that does not focuses on the individual child. Not to
Mhm.
discredit what they are doing. The teachers are doing their best, and I love teachers and people in the health field, because these two fields are the fundamental builders of every society. And so I
Mhm.
really love, I cherish them. To me, I will pay my teachers. I will really, really respect them by the way I reward them all round.
Mhm.
Even having a kind of investment for the teacher and the family, and for the health professional and the family. You will see how these people are willing to do things, because if they can eat, they can provide for their family. What else is there? So
Yeah.
this is so important to me. So my weekend, it was a wonderful weekend. As you all know, if I didn't tell you now, you know, my stepson was graduating. I helped to raise this boy because the mother didn't know what to do with him. So even though it was a bitter situation, but a child brought into this world has nothing to do in any relationship. This child is innocent. So I had to take upon myself to raise that child. Since then, he's been so attached to us. He comes home. I want to go to Mama Yvonne. I want to see my elder brother Al. Very cute child. And what
Yes.
we do, he does it. He weeds the grass. He mows the lawn. He
Ah,
waters the
that's
plant.
nice.
Everything he does. He washes the dishes with the hands. He does
Ah,
everything because that's the way we train him, you know.
yeah.
And so he's a
Mhm.
very good boy. So it was a wonderful graduation. And thank God the father came, but only because they gave him a ride. But you know what? Not much on that, but we know. So we took pictures, we're happy. But here's what happened. It is very good when you wear the your hat, when you wear your hat in a positive way on your face, on your in your hands and everywhere. People
Yeah.
see you, they know what you're all about. So I was a little worried how the show for 8 p.m. on Friday was going to play out. I know that Sister Esther was going to help, but to stay up until 1 a.m. to help, I really am so grateful to her. And a
Yes.
lot of people
Yes.
are doing a lot of things too, that
Mhm.
I'm like, wow, these people are very good people. These are good people. So
Mhm.
while on the stand there, I said, I'm going to go out just to 30 minutes before time to look for where the show is, because I had to open the door for her to come in, and others and the audience, you know. And so I went and I met this police officer, because when you see a police officer, they are there to protect. The first person to ask a question to is the police officer. So,
Mhm.
excuse me, sir. My name is this. I introduced myself, and I have a show that is going to start at the same time with the graduation. But I need a quiet, calm place to carry out the show. He asked me more questions. I was so happy. I get to talk to him about one global movement, and then
Mhm.
I extended it with ONPASSIVE, the tools that ONPASSIVE is going to help. He said, wow. He said, I am going to make sure you come back to this school here to make a speech, because very few people are doing what you're doing. They're skeptical. They don't want to put in the work that it takes. And you are here and you're so happy. Who does that? So he said, now come to my office. He took me to his
Wow.
office. He said, set your computer here. You can sit on my desk here and do whatever you need to do. And that's what I did. And he said,
Yeah.
when you're done, you come back here and grab your computer. When I went back there, I have to be the one to end the show. They were done,
Mm.
everything was still on. Now, these police officers, I said, are you in there? They brought the face closer. So they're in the show. And and these people, we took pictures. I took pictures with them. They were so happy that I'm doing that. They went on YouTube and they subscribed, and they said they're going to help me share. So I'm going to reach out to them to write a thank you letter. And
Yes, of
so
course.
that is a portal that I've created there. They will continue to share to the students of the school.
Yes.
And when I
Yes.
go there, that will be an opportunity. So this thing, if we keep this good news, we don't share the good news of One Passive, the good news of One Global Movement, then people will not know. A lot of people, when they read you through your language, to how you walk, how you present yourself. They will know that you are for good. You are for the good of
Yes.
people. And so that's
Yes.
what happened to me.
Yes.
And I get to share with others a lot. So
Wow.
the other part was the crops that we cultivated on the 11, they are already sprouting. They are growing so well. So you can see
Yes.
them. But the other one, I will reserve it for for the end, because in this life is a blend, it's a mixture. I want to
Yes.
reserve it to the end so that people can really learn a lesson from it, that you must check on one another. That would be the lesson there, which I'm kind of regretting of what happened on Saturday, but by the grace of God, we'll talk about it. So now let's go to the show. Now we're going to do our discussion, and we are in the series O Bless O-CADEMY Revolution Part 131. And the theme is, what are the 7 P's of young entrepreneurship? And what role is ONPASSIVE going to play in this? Now, those 7 roles are my own roles. They can be
Yeah.
more than that. And I know I've studied more than, there are about 14 roles that I know.
Yes.
But everybody has their own role. You don't have to fit into this role, but there are some general roles that everyone must have.
Right.
No
Mm-hmm.
matter what kind of business you have, you must have. If you don't have that, then you're leading your business up for failure. And
Right.
number one is business established based on the foundation is based on humans, on human beings. You're going to serve people when you are operating a business based on the way you're going to provide solutions and
Mm-hmm.
access to people, and from the fear of the one that created us. That is the number one thing. And look at what Mr. Ashmafara is doing. That's exactly what he's doing, because he sees what is going on in the world, and he decided to do something, and he decided to implement what God called him to do. And that's the same thing here with One Global Movement. We are basing these on human, particularly the children in the center, with a focus on young girls, because when
Mm-hmm.
you have 10 children, one is struggling in something, you pay attention to the one that is struggling more, so that
Yes.
you can help. So that is the number one. The other one, you must have purpose. Everyone in life must have a purpose.
Mm-hmm.
That is a general one of the general P's that I learned. You have to have a purpose. You cannot just go and establish a business. Is that your calling? Is that what you've been called to do, or you're just doing it because you want to copy somebody whom you see that you think that they are making a lot of money?
Right.
Are you sure you're going to do the same? I always tell my son and the other kids that do what you love to do, and I know what they love to do because I pay attention to them, conversation,
Mm-hmm.
everything. Because if we pay attention to our children, we would know. I said, even if it means sweeping the street, sweep the street so well more than Michelangelo that you will
Yep.
become the best sweeper in the world. And do not be
Exactly.
ashamed, do not be afraid, do not shy away from your calling. Because a lot of people, they go through a lot of emotional disturbances because they shy away from their God-given calling, and they want to imitate. You don't need to copy. The only person that you can copy somebody by learning from them. They might have something like you, but their way of implementation is different. You don't have to go there. And we need to, don't look at some petals, they're shining. You don't know why they are shining. You don't know how they came to that. You want to go there before you go there, and then you become unhappy with yourself.
Mm-hmm.
That means stay true to who God has created you to be. Do your own thing the way God gave it to you, not to copy, because you will excel. I have been doing this for the longest time, but did I give up? No, I will not, because if I give up, what else am I going to be doing? I'm going to be lying to myself, and therefore I will not be happy. So you have those two that must be there, and high integrity and all those things are generalized things. Otherwise, there are so many that we know, that we see from Mr. Ash Mufare and ONPASSIVE, and we keep putting our hands together that these companies should never be corrupted by the
Mm-hmm.
powers or the forces that be, because sometimes they can frustrate people because they want you to dance according to their own tune. So we pray to God for Mr. Ash Mufare that this is going to be the very last thing that we will do, and to take it to our families and children of the world. So now the 7 P's of entrepreneurship are a framework that helps young entrepreneurs to comprehensively address various aspects of their business. And uh, and it's not just real business, but even school
Mm-hmm.
school is a business, because you're going to school so that you can also establish your business, or you can work, or whatever you choose to do, whatever your mind tells you. And even raising your family, you have to have that. Raising
Yeah.
family is a spiritual business. That's a
Mm-hmm.
spiritual business, because what you put into your children, what you put into that family, that's exactly what you're going to get out. So we're not just looking at the business that we think, oh, the apples are coming from here. Business has to be looked at it as an all round or holistically. And in this case, when we are talking about children, it is so important that we do that, so that we begin to erase all these impurities of the world from the minds of our children, so that they can really stand firm in themselves and know that they were created to be co-creators with Almighty God without anybody putting them down. And so they must have really soaked themselves into all of these things that we're doing. And ONPASSIVE is here for our children. And that is why I say, if you have young people in your community youth group, they don't know about this thing. It would not be a nice thing for us not to expose them to this and then bring them here. When time comes, we will see how we can activate and account for them. One, then we write the rules and regulations down, because we're not just going to say, oh, here, take. No, we need to know what your purpose in life is. And then
Mm-hmm.
that way you're teaching them the best to build generational wealth that will last for millions of generations. You see people here in some countries here in particular, they have a company for 300 years. That is what is called generational wealth. So
Yeah.
you build it. There is rules, general rules and principle that is based on high integrity and moral values is there. Then you guys can then add onto it according to the changing times. Like ONPASSIVE is coming here. I was waiting to add ONPASSIVE into a chapter of my unique book, and it is here. That is how we do it, right? So the 7 P's of entrepreneurship will include something like, we have to talk about product after we must have talked about all the other underlying things. Products, you talk about these involve what the entrepreneur, the young entrepreneur, is selling or going to sell. You're going to school, that's already your product there. How
Mm-hmm.
how much you put into the at your school is going to determine how you're going to sell in the marketplace. So what it's a physical item, the physical, but in this case, we have our online items too. And thank God that ONPASSIVE is going to be online and offline, physical, and we're going to get involved in both if you choose to. We have a digital product we're talking about ONPASSIVE, or service. So key considerations will include the features like quality, design, and unique selling points of products. And we are talking about unique quality,
Mm-hmm.
leaving it here in ONPASSIVE. We are, because I am just so happy. If not of ONPASSIVE, I would not have taken one global movement to the next level. And so this, and then build based on children and young people. That is the kind of quality that we are talking about. That is you have quality that has empathy, that has a focus, that wants to promote the child, not just the child and the family, because you cannot promote the child without also promoting the family. So we talk about products. And Sister Yvonne, if you have any of the P's, you go ahead and you say, we just carry it like a conversation.
Right. Okay. Sure. Okay. Now, all right. So yes, I'm glad you started with the first one, people, because I
Mhm.
mean, a lot of people think entrepreneurship should just be seeing what's going on, jump on there, do it quickly, make some money, and leave without thought of how it's affecting the
Mhm.
whole atmosphere. But this is not what OnPassive is doing. They're looking at the products that are already there, and they are certainly coming with purer and more efficient and more cost-effective ones. It will it will be products that are already proven to be needed, but they will do it in a pure ethical way, as you're always saying, pure and ethical and clean. And yet it will be better than the ones we have, even because of the model of how they'll be selling it.
Mhm.
It's flexible,
Yep.
service as a subscription. It's a subscription base, so nobody has to kill any themselves to get these things, right? You can do it monthly or quarterly or yearly, whatever your budget allows. So that's the one thing about OnPassive. It's not just there for the profits and the money. Yes, we are looking to build generational wealth, and that will be done because people like value and they appreciate value.
Mhm.
So it's you talk about the people, and I really like that. But you talk about also have to have the softer, what they're calling the softer skills, purpose and passion and perseverance.
Mm-hmm.
Those things are so important, because otherwise you will just go from one thing to the next if you don't have, as you said, find out why you're doing it, how it resonates with you. Yes, it's good to bring products that are needed to the market, but if it's not your thing, as they say, you don't have the grit to make it stick, right?
Mm-hmm.
You
Yep.
don't just try every and anything. And then they talk about promotion, how you're going to do it, and placing it and packaging. But all in all, it's a process. Overall, that's the umbrella, right?
Yes, it
And
is.
as you
It is.
said, there are so many other P's that I was looking at as well. You have here 7, you said, but I saw about 14 as you talked about. And a lot
Yes.
of them have to do with the integrity of the, passion,
Mm-hmm.
perseverance,
Mm-hmm.
putting people first, as you just covered a while ago. But
Yes.
if you want to continue with the hard ones, like the price and the promotion, you can just
Yes.
jump in again,
And
sister.
and
Yeah.
and those ones that we talked about first, like you just added to here, those are the core. If you don't
Yeah.
have those, don't even attempt to go into business. You're going
Don't.
to fail
Yeah.
woefully. And
Yes.
patience is number one. We see here now that we're being taught patience with unpassive. And
Right.
we want to understand because people that have been in this thing, they've been there for 40 years, yet their things are not working right. And because they didn't take the time to try to adjust and to do it better for people. But unpassive is going to do that, and is going to continue. Look at when you want to support these patients, you look at the professionals that Mr. Ash Mufara and the team are
Yeah.
recruiting. These
Yeah.
are top professionals in the world that are versed with these things, and they also have very high integrity. They have the passion for what they are doing. We've heard about them. We talk about Dr. Tariq, and we talk about engineer Mohammed Kamal. All those people are people that have patience, people that are willing to sleep on the floor, people that are willing to just eat just about anything because they want to satisfy the world. People
Yeah.
that are sympathetic, they are empathetic. All of these things go together with patience. Patience, patience, patience. Like my grandmother said, a patient dog will eat the fattest bone. She will always say that. And it is true. But patience should not be misinterpreted, especially with us or our children, for laziness or couch potato. We need to watch out for that. So
Yes.
it is so important. Any business that is void of what you and I have talked here, it's leading for disaster. And
Yeah.
that's the kind of business that is going to start exploiting people. And that's not
That's
a
right.
good thing. It's not a
That's right.
good thing. And being that we came through this route through OnPassive, we now know what we can do in the world, especially when it concerns our children. We want to
Right.
build them up. Those things are still going to chase them in the world. But when we build our children up, they have these things within them. It's not going to, when they see it that way, they know that, you know what, I have a purpose. I have something greater than what I'm seeing. I'm going to keep moving on.
Right.
I'm going to keep looking ahead for the calling on my life, and they will do so. And this is
Yeah.
what we're doing here. After you
Right.
get all the money, what are you gonna do?
No, I know.
Now your purpose is very important. Yeah, go ahead.
So it's funny that you use that word. Well, it's not funny. It's kind of sad because that word exploit can be used in a very negative sense, right? But
Mhm.
Peter Drucker, who's the management consultant for years now, he's written many books, and he changed pretty much the way businesses manage themselves in a good way. But
Mhm.
he defines the entrepreneur as someone who always searches for change, responds to it, and makes the most of the opportunity.
Mhm.
But he had exploit. And I changed that because I know that when you say that, people immediately think that you're doing something wrong. But it just means you see a need and you feel it, but that can be done authentically and with integrity. It's not always a bad thing,
Yes,
right? Look at
yes.
what Mr. Mofara is doing. Nothing he's doing is a bad thing. He's
No.
not exploiting anything. He's coming with better things. So we have to
Yes.
be careful how we use words and how they are perceived. But that's what an entrepreneur is, and they're always looking for ways to better what we have. And there's
Mhm.
nothing wrong with that. This is how we make progress.
Yes.
Otherwise, we'd still be driving in the horse and buggy. I don't think I would like that. I can tell you that
No,
right
I
now.
don't like that either. I'm loving this, what we are doing in our family. I'm loving it more than anybody else. I'm like, yes. Now look at, I'm reaching children all over the world. Imagine that.
Yes.
Before I couldn't do that.
Yeah.
Even if I did, It was so limited, and even if I did not in the best way possible, but with
Absolutely.
ONPASSIVE
Limited is
now,
that's the word. You're right. You're
yes,
limited.
yes. And
Yes.
and
Yes.
like you say, exploit, when we use certain words, and thank God that we are working together. When we use certain word, we want to make sure that we give its explanation in that context, so
Exactly.
that people don't misinterpret it. And sometimes because of language barrier or because of orientation,
Yes.
people
Yes.
misinterpret things
Yes.
differently. But
Yes.
here
Yes.
we mean the best. We
The
mean
best.
we
Yes.
mean the best for everyone in the world. Unpassive means the best, because when Mr. Ashmufara says some simple things, I am the one who is a note taker. He says, why would I not want somebody to live in the same kind of house that I live, drive the same car, or
Exactly.
or eat from the same restaurant, or take the same vacation? Why, or even better, those with a purpose. Business with a purpose is the one that says, you know what? I am going to do something for the world that nobody has ever done, but I want them to be higher, to grow higher than me. You're not just
Exactly.
wanting somebody to be at your own level, then you must not
No.
have really changed humanity for the better.
Yes.
You
Yes.
want people like our children. I want my son to be a million times better than me.
Of
That's what
course.
we all need. Even
Yes.
these children in the world, we are now parents. We want these children to be better than us.
Absolutely.
These
Yeah.
children, so a lot of them don't have that motivation. They've not yet discovered their purpose either, because of their surroundings and what is happening to these children in the world. They're hungry. They're running away from
Yeah.
social challenges that are facing them. They're confused. They're traumatized, and so we now come in to do the best for these children. So this is so great. I
Yes.
love Unpassive and Mr. Ashmi Farah. I
Yes.
so love that, because without him, we will not be here. Think about
Yes.
you. You
Yeah.
are now supporting clean water for the children,
Everywhere.
for everyone,
Yes.
everywhere, and you're so glued to it. That is your purpose. That's your calling.
It
And
is. Yeah.
Sister Esther is so glued on continuing the legacy of the parents
Yeah.
to help provide an education and counseling in marriages, and for young people to be able to choose the right path in life. And that
Yes.
is a great thing. I see a
Yeah.
lot of our audience, our brothers and sisters in the chat. When they chat, you already know their mind. You know what their heart is all about. And so that is
Exactly.
why we are here. It's not
Yes.
a rocket. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to decipher these things. We
No.
live life on simple terms. Then you must have discovered your purpose of why you are in business. And we need to teach our children this. We're talking about the price. We talk about the price. Pricing is very important. Pricing
Yes.
strategies are very, very crucial for attracting customers and achieving profitability. Very
Yeah.
important.
Yeah.
This P, or price, covers how the product is priced, including considerations of cost, competition, value to the customer, and
Yeah.
potential pricing models such as subscription, which we have in non-passive, and then freemium. Freemium is like giving certain things free, like we already have it here, three
Yes.
products for free, and we are utilizing them. I know people that I've shared with them that are not even founding members, they're utilizing it already, you know.
No.
And
Yes.
this is such and then premium, we have all of this embedded here, but we need to take the time to see this thing, because we are sitting on wealth, but we
Yes.
don't know, because
Yes.
of our own concept of entrepreneurship or wealth is different, the way that we're raised. So this is so important, because cost, look at the products of Unpassive, cost effective. You and I, we've been given free products,
Yeah.
and these are products that are very expensive, and this product, they have value, the value that value to
Yes.
the customers,
Yes.
and
Yes.
everybody will want to, and if they can, we will help them the way that best
Absolutely.
we can.
Absolutely.
These children in
Absolutely.
particular. So
And it's a proven value. It's not, some things are just what do they call them, fly by night, or
mhm,
here and done quickly. But these products, what Mr. Mafara are bringing, it's just to replace the ones that
mhm,
have been corrupted and doing wrongly, because a lot of products are coming on the market and they just overnight. They're coming
yes,
to grab as much of your money as they can, and then they're going to fail you because they're going to leave, and you'll have gotten used to them, and they
mhm,
won't be there for you. That is not a good business model,
yes, yes,
you know.
it is not.
So it's, as you say, it's not just the money that's going to be generational and long term. It's going to be the legacy of the products that we offer people, and that they get used to, and that they can build their lives on. So it's an all around purposeful life,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yes,
Because
yes,
as you said, the first word out of your mouth was people.
yes,
Don't forget. I mean, business cannot have any other reason except to serve people. That's what it's
yes,
for.
yes.
See?
Otherwise,
And
you shouldn't be in business.
we should
And
not.
and
And this,
and in
yeah.
doing that, you consider the product, the price, and other things that will come along. So we're talking here. The other P is place. Place.
Yeah. Yeah.
Have you chosen a location for your business?
Yeah.
Is it
Yeah.
online or offline? And
Exactly.
what is the location like? Because you have to study, do your own visibility studies. You can't just go into entrepreneurship without knowing the place.
Yes.
In our own case here, we have two places, the digital and the physical world, and we're going to
Yeah.
end up enjoying both, and which it should be, because for some reason it has to be that way. If you are really doing the business, providing solutions for people, which is what we are doing in non-passive, it should be that way, because some people, no matter what, depending on their thinking faculty, they're not used to online, and you can't blame them. It's just like some people here,
Oh,
no matter
absolutely.
what you do, they can't
Yeah.
drive. They are educated, they
But they
don't
can't
want
do.
to drive. That's them, and we respect that. So,
I don't want to drive.
oh, you don't? Oh,
No.
I have
I
my
need
friend. I met with her yesterday. She's
it.
been a big sister for me for a long time. It's been years. We worked together, and the daughter was just fighting to babysit my son. Does not want anybody to touch my son. The daughter is 28 now. Her name is Aisha. I was surprised that I met her at these other friend that helped me at all these. To I'm telling you, you meet good people, and we've been together for more than 6 years. With that one that met me at all these, so I went there. My mom got in first because my brother called just when we were about to get into the home, and I
Right.
had to answer. And my mom got in. He said, "I think I know this auntie. I know the face look familiar." And then my mom said, "Maybe when my daughter comes in, you might know, because if anybody knows me, it's through my daughter."
It's to your daughter, yes.
The moment I go, they scream, they say, "Woo!"
That is so good. I like that. I
On
like that.
passive and one global movement with them. They're so happy. They said,
Yes.
"Yvonne, we are following you everywhere. We had told you years that you don't belong here. You belong out there. You didn't listen. Now, finally,
Now,
you went there."
when it's when it's the right time, it happens, doesn't it? Yes.
Yes, yes.
Yes.
So it's such a wonderful thing. We need to know the site. This relates to how the product is going to be distributed and where it is sold. This
Yeah.
also takes into account the advertisement. Look at what OnPassive is doing. Mr.
Oh
Ashman
yes.
Carter,
Oh
look at the
yes.
kind of marketing campaign that is going on.
Yes.
Look
Yes.
at the kind of companies that he is lacing with. Just look
That's
at
right.
all of those things.
Yes.
This is exactly the kind of market that comes for people, and it
Yes.
has passion embedded
Yes.
in it. This
Exactly.
is and this is nobody can survive
Again,
that.
again, he's building organically and
Yes,
authentically. He's not
yes,
trying to shove anything down anybody's throat. These things he knows since 2018. He knows that it's needed, and he has no doubt about that. It's
yep,
just how to get it to the people. We're
yep.
online, and he's going to have physical products, I believe. But for right now, we're just dealing with the online products, which is where most businesses are now, right?
Hmm.
Even
Yes.
if they have a brick and mortar, as they say, you have to have, because the younger generation, or even people like myself, I don't really want to go shopping on. If I can find it online, that's what I want to do.
Yes,
So
I love online now. I used to be afraid to click,
yeah, there you go. You
but
have to
now I
go
love
where
it.
the people are, and
Yes,
that's another thing with the promotion. He
yes.
just he just has it so well coordinated and placed, and he's not exploiting anybody. I love that.
Mhm. There is too much for somebody to waste their time trying to exploit somebody. There
Yeah,
is just, we've have been so created and given an ocean of gifts and opportunities
absolutely.
that nobody has to go and be wasting their time
No,
to fight for
no,
others and be incurring
no,
headaches. And no, I don't think I
no,
want to do that.
no.
So it is, this place will have to also take into account, like channels such as online stores, which we are having now, right now.
Yeah.
Online stores, physical retail locations, but we're going to come to that. But for right now, It is online, and I love that because the world is a digital world now.
It
It is
is.
the era of artificial intelligence, and we
Yes.
all should be moving with the time. You're talking about O-CADEMY. Imagine O-CADEMY.
Mm-hmm.
Your children
Mm-hmm.
are going to be safe right in the confines of your home. They are studying.
Exactly.
Even if you don't know how to read and write, you will just sit beside them, give them the
Yes.
assurance that you are
Yes.
there for your children. What else? This is simple life. This what Mr. Ashmore has done is priceless, but it is as simple as ABC, the way that we need to live our life naturally. And I'm just so happy
Mm-hmm.
with that. So the
Yes.
goal of the place is to make the product accessible from
Right.
anywhere in the world in order for every market. Nobody left behind. Remember, no geographical limitation when it comes to our product from ONPASSIVE, and this is good. And even where there is difficulties in electricity or internet, it's going to be something is going to be done gradually. But let us just keep doing what we are doing, because the moment you relax and you want to give up, you want to just think, where are the apples? Where are the apples? Then you must have also breached your own. For me, I'll be the last person to leave ONPASSIVE, just so you guys know, because ONPASSIVE is helping me to help these children, which is a very good thing. And we
Yes.
talk about promotion. We already talked about it. How ONPASSIVE
Mm-hmm.
is promoting a lot of things. Effective promotion target the market, and this market is the human market, the
Yes.
people, and then this is very, very essential for raising awareness. If you
Mm-hmm.
will not share, nobody will know. Awareness and generating demand. These people, they need this product, but if they don't know, they will not.
Yes.
And they
Right.
will just sit there and they'll be dying in silence. And we are here, 1.4 million founding member account. We
Account.
can do this. We
Yes.
are the footprints to take these things to the world and into our various communities. And I'm trying to see how things can go a little bit more, so that we recruit some people that will focus on this. I start going to all the schools, go to the White House as well. We
Yeah.
need to take these things everywhere. Look at the police office. I didn't know. Now I know. I'm going to go to the fire station here, and the police officer, they're going to see me everywhere. They'll be like, who is this?
Yes, you're making yourself really a truly an ambassador, and that's very good because that's what we call ourselves as well, right? So
Yes,
that's what
yes.
ambassadors do.
Yes,
Go,
yes,
go for
yes.
it.
So, and
Yes,
we had already talked about people. What about the process? Process.
process. Yes.
Efficient processes are key to delivering the product or services reliably and at a high quality.
Yes, quality,
Quality. If you're
quality.
dealing with human quality, what does this person need? What solution?
Mm-hmm,
Why? How can I deliver it the best way possible? What is
mm-hmm.
my pricing? What is the process? Am I going to just leave it at the door when it's raining and the rain falls and destroys it?
Yeah,
No, we
yeah.
have to do the best thing possible. This includes the workflow, the workflows procedure. Now you see the way Mr. Ashmufara is delivering the product. Now he delivers it. We get used to it, but why we keep learning? Because learning is a long life process. Nobody's gonna quit learning unless you want to destroy your brain.
Exactly,
For me, I will
exactly,
not. I'm gonna learn.
exactly,
So that is
exactly.
so important. And then the systems and the algorithms of operations that are put in place to
Mhm.
really, really process these things and make sure that delivery is what the customer really wants. So that's
Yes.
what we're all about here. Don't you agree?
I agree, and especially somebody like Mr. Mafara, he's always open to feedback. He actually welcomes it. So he's not egotistical in the sense that this is how it is and this is what you're getting. I'm sorry. If a product can be adjusted, he's all for it. Just recently, the other night when we were on that other webinar there, he was talking to us about giving ideas about even products that are already done. It's never going to be done as far as he's concerned. You can always have room for improvement, right?
Mhm.
Because he's a servant of the people. That's what
Yes.
he's doing. And
Yes.
people adjust. And as they come about with things we were talking about, like our staff and what could be added or how it could be utilized in other ways. So he's ONPASSIVE is just, it's everything. It's teaching you, it's giving you what you need, it's taking
Mhm.
feedback from you. It's symbiotic, right?
Yes, it is.
And
Very
it's a
symbiotic.
growing it's a growing thing. Like
Yes.
that shows that you really do respect your users, your affiliates, whoever is this product is going to be for. It's not just go sell it and make money and I don't care what other people say. No, he wants to know it's doing everything that he means for it to do. I mean, this is a really a one of a kind business. That's
It
all I can.
is one of a
Yeah,
kind so
yeah,
far, and it's going to continue to be
yeah,
because you feel good. It's so satisfactory. You see him sometimes when he laughs, it's
yeah,
a yes, we did it. But then
yeah,
when things are not, he'll just go like this. Oh, I'm
yeah,
like,
yeah,
it's going to go right. Don't worry about it. You know.
yeah.
So this is a very wonderful thing, and you know you can only get what you put in.
Absolutely.
We can only get what we put in. And
Hmm.
for me, seeing no other thing that I can do that is going to make me happy, this is what I'm going to do for the rest of my life. And in order to do it, I have to stick with Unpassive to take me to the best. And sticking there is to continuously support our own endeavors, initiatives. And I always say here, if you have anything that you're doing, please bring it up. Let's talk about it. If it aligns with the mission of One Global Movement, then we will talk about it. I'm talking
Right,
about this clean water supply and Esther's project and Melanie in Rwanda and John Barilla and a lot of other people because they have discussed what they are doing, and I've also seen it, and it is good. It's for
right.
the children, it's for the people. And so
Hmm.
let us support one another. We cannot be supporting children without supporting all of us here. We have to support one another. If it means taking the group, the entire group to support this project, we go there. Taking
Yeah,
it again to support this project, we go there. So that when we are talking or when I'm talking in the world, I have to be quoting these examples from these, your names, just so you know. Your names are already out there because when I'm speaking anywhere, I talk about you guys. I do
yeah,
talk about you guys. And I talk about Unpassive and Mr. Ashmore. So it's very, very important that we do that. And the
yes.
last P here, we're going to talk about the physical evidence. For many businesses, especially those offering services, physical evidence provide tangible proof of quality and existence. Don't
Hmm.
you have that in Unpassive?
Oh, yes.
Yes. So we
Yeah.
have that. So this could be the design and ambience of a physical store. In this case, not a physical store yet, but online store. The appearance of a website which we're going to have through O-Create and even O-Connect. We are already using our O-Connect. That
Yeah.
those are
Yes.
signs of
Yes.
evidence. You know,
Exactly.
do you know that there
Exactly.
are so many people that have not yet subscribed that are not founding members that are using O-Connect right now? Because we
Yeah.
share the links and they'll be like, wow, the futures. They're always so fascinated with the futures. And that's not even it. Mr. Ashmufara and the building team are still going to keep, and it's a live process. They have to keep adjusting and changing the things, especially in the case of children. Children want variety.
Yes.
Children, they want color. They want things that is going to spark that spirit of adventure in them, and they keep learning and also building things, you know. So
Hmm.
I see it for my son. You change this one, you change this one. You know, they gave him a job to be a cashier. He hated it so bad because he's hands-on person, building things, doing this. He said, "Mommy, I don't like this job. I need to just, I don't want it. I don't want to be a cashier." So they removed him from there, put it somewhere else. But he was only there for about a month. They put him back. And finally he quit. He wants
Yeah.
hands-on. And
Yes.
every child, even you and I, we are older, but we still want that variety, right?
Oh, yes.
What about the
Absolutely.
children? And so the
Yeah.
variety has not been given to them in the secular system, which Unpassive is going to give that variety to the children because you will see their innate ability coming out. Nobody
Yes.
can stop them
Yes.
because they know that this is me. And those algorithms are going to be reading their study patterns and what they need, or
Oh,
if the
yeah.
child is feeling well or not. Imagine that kind of education. Imagine how the world will be because of Unpassive. So this
Yes.
is, to me, it's paramount. This could be anything. It can be any kind of design, whatever your heart tells you. This
Hmm.
is going to pick it up and it's going to make it better for you. So very
Yeah.
important. So if you have anything else, you can go ahead. Otherwise, we want to appreciate our wonderful audience here as always.
Okay. Please go ahead and do that. I don't think of anything right now.
Okay. Okay, thank you. Hello, Madame. You are the first person here today. Thank you. Thank you so much. How are you? How was your weekend? Unpassive family, namaskar. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. And we have
Mm-hmm.
our brother Katik. How are you, Katik? We miss you, but thank God you are here. Thank you so much for being with us here. Good morning or good afternoon from our end. Thank you so much. And of course, the managing director is always here with us, encouraging us and directing us to what he knows that is good for the children. Thank you so much, John, for always being with us here and loving our children. Thank you. And Taronja, hello, how are you? Thank you so much for being here. How was your weekend? Let us know about your weekend. And our sister on the panel here, greetings and welcome everyone. And thank you for being with us again today. We appreciate all of you. Yes, thank you.
Sister Monday, is today a holiday there in the U.S., ma'am?
Yes, I was
Memorial.
going to say that at the beginning, I forgot. Then I'll say that in Memorial Day.
Yes. Okay. All right. Because
Yes.
John was saying that the attendance is a little today, but I'm sure that that's what the reasons are.
No, yeah, it's Memorial Day. People spend time with family. They go to the park. They do a barbecue. They do a lot of things. We
Yeah.
have a family going to visit for Memorial Day in the evening.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah,
So it's
yeah,
okay. It's
yeah.
okay,
That
John.
no, it's okay. Yeah, we understand that. Yeah,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
and Nancy, of course, is here. Hello, Nancy. How are you? Thank you so much for your support last Friday and everyone that supported Esther last Friday. I highly appreciate you. I had to really attend that graduation for my stepson. So thank you
Of,
guys so much.
of course. Yes.
And Ojala, how are you, sir? Thank you so much for being here with us today. We highly appreciate you. And of course, our brother Kutam Halder is here. Thank you, thank you, thank you, you all for being here with us. Only three watching at the moment. Help spread the word so we can have better participation with one global movement. Speak with heart. Yes, thank you, John. They will come when they have the time. Thank you
Yeah.
so much for always doing that. Thank you. And greetings, Queen Nancy. Thank you so much. I miss being here.
Yes,
All
I
right.
did.
Rita Mani, how are you? Thank you so much for being here with us today. We appreciate you. And John says, okay, up to 6, but still we look like to see more watch. And also, please comment here in the chat with your thoughts. And remember the big thumbs up, right?
Yes.
Okay, that's okay, John. They will come when they get the message will come. And then Sir AP is here. Thank you, sir. And thank you for everything that you're sharing with me, even behind the scene. I highly appreciate it. I would get to those things with time. So greetings to you too, Yvonne Finn. Greetings to all.
Thank you, Sir
And we
AP.
have Advik Singh. How are you, sir? Thank you so much for being with us here today. We appreciate you. Come again and encourage other people to come. All right. Thank you so much. And we Jan says, AP Madhusadan, welcome. Spread the word about One Global Movement. Speak with heart, please. Yes, Sir AP, very capable of doing that. Thank you so much. And I think it's also is doing it, but we need to do it more. Otherwise, we'll be greedy by keeping this to ourselves. Imagine all the money when it comes. What are we going to do with it? We have to make sure that we touch every child. So it's
Yes.
only through sharing that we can reach every child. Because if One
Abs-
Global Movement is going to be having organic farms all over the world, it's for
mhm.
children to have jobs in those places, creating jobs for those children, and they will also be eating good food, organic products that will
Right.
help them. So, 'cause that is one of the plans to own farms all over the world, so that these kids will eat organically and be
Yes.
healthy.
Yes.
And just a hashtag One Global Movement, hashtag Speak with Heart. Thank you.
Mhm.
And we have Yusuf. Yusuf, thank you so much for being among us today. We highly appreciate you. Encourage other people. Keep encouraging people. We cannot stop. We have to keep doing it because if saying no today doesn't mean it's no for tomorrow or being reluctant, you don't know their state of mind. We have to keep encouraging people. So thank you so much. And Nancy
Mhm.
says, hello, family. Thank you for spending your holiday with us. One Global Movement appreciates you. Yes, we
Yes.
appreciate
There
everyone.
you go.
Yep,
Thank you, Nancy.
yep, yep. That is commitment, you know.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah. And then Saipi says, thank you, dear John Barilla. Love you. Love everyone who realized that in conscious business, not me, but we is important.
All
Yes.
right. Yes.
Many are approximately from 5 years, but still in the old way of thinking or mindset. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
that's
Mm-hmm.
true. We need to move forward with the times. Otherwise, you get left behind. And we want to encourage our children to do the same, but doing so with that moral, high moral and ethical values, because this is what Mr. Ashmufara is building, using that. So we use it AI, we use it for people and use it the way that it's supposed to be used without abuse.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Good morning from our brother from the sunny Pretoria, South Africa. Good
Mm-hmm.
afternoon and evening, everyone. Hashtag One Global Movements. Hashtag Speak with Heart. Thank you so much, Levi. Thank you. And Levi says, well, let me see here. Our sister says, shine your own light just like the stars in the sky. Each one makes up the tapestry. There you go. So true. That's a
Yeah.
beautiful quote that you always quote that here. I really love it.
Thank you.
Hello, Dr. Mundi and Queen Sister Yvonne Finn.
Hello, brother Levi.
Yes. And Doma Lepka, of course, is in the house. Hello, everyone. My hashtag ONPASSIVE family. Love you all. Big, big respect and love to our beloved CEO and his entire team.
Yes, sir. For
Yes,
sure.
yes, yes. Thank you for saying that. And
Mm-hmm.
AP says, prayers towards people suffering due to landslide and heavy rain, Papua New Guinea. Oh,
I
rest in.
didn't hear that. Yeah, I just
Yeah, I
heard
heard
that.
this morning. I said I was going to call some friends from Papua New Guinea because he said the same thing this morning in the Barad International. Thank you so
Okay.
much, Sir
Okay.
AP, for really
Yeah.
bringing this to our attention. Everyone needs
Mm-hmm.
to put their hands together. And if you don't know anyone, just put your hands together and pray, especially
Yes.
those that have lost family. So
Yeah.
rest in peace to
Absolutely.
those who lost lives. Condolences to those families whose members are lost or injured. Thank you.
Ah,
Yes,
yes,
I
Lord.
am going to be doing something about that on behalf of One Global Movement.
Okay.
If you haven't done so already, please give One Global Movement channel a big thumbs up and subscribe and click and ring that bell for notification when Yvonne broadcasts, when we all broadcast.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because some days I'm not there.
Yeah, you
Yes,
know.
yes. And hashtag Catmore, hashtag conscious business, hashtag on save. Yes.
Yes.
Thank you, Sir
Yes.
EP. And we have good time, Chuck Raboti. Chuck Raboti. I pronounce that name because there are two good times or three now here. So thank you so much,
Yes.
sir, for joining us. We highly appreciate you. Keep on encouraging the children in your community, in school, in your organization, in your home, in families. This is for our children, and we cannot just expect them here. We have to attend here, and then eventually they will copy our examples. Hashtag on passive. Hashtag, that's a diamond there, right? Diamond.
Mm-hmm.
Hashtag on passive is diamond, of course. Hashtag on passive family. Hashtag Mr. CEO Ashmufara. Hashtag we are so in it to win it. Very true,
Yes.
Rotamani.
Yes.
Thank you so much for that. Thank you. And then sending prayers to our brothers and sisters in Papua New Guinea. Thank you so much,
Yes.
David.
Yes.
And are we going to offer a prayer here after
Yes.
this? Yes, we'll offer a prayer to them. I am sorry and saddened to hear that, Sir AP Mahosedanan, and I join you in prayers for Papua New Guinea. Yes, we join you in
Mm-hmm.
prayers. Thank you. This is the power of coming together. I feel
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Mishra, John, Tarun Kumar, and everyone here, and welcome to hashtag One Global Movement. Hashtag we have enough love to share from Nancy as always. We have
Mm-hmm.
enough love to share, Nancy. That's so true.
Yes. Yes.
Passion for serving others is a key component of entrepreneurship and business. Yep. Yep. If you don't have that passion, don't do it. You're going to be mad and angry with people for no reason.
That's
You know?
right.
Yes. And Levi says, thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. Yes. Matthew.
Absolutely.
Yes. Thank you so much, Levi. That is
Mm-hmm.
so consoling. I love that.
Mm-hmm.
And
Damandra.
Demandra, Demandra, how are you, sir? Thank you so much for being with us here today. Hello, everyone. He says hashtag One Global Movement, hashtag O Connect, hashtag AI technology, hashtag We Are in It to So Win It, hashtag for women and children. Thank you so much, sir. If you want to put We Are in It to Win It together so that AI can read it well, and also One Global Movement together as one word. Otherwise, I will not be able to read it. Yeah, thank you so much for that. That's really uplifting. And some quote from the Bible: put others before yourself. Thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. Wow,
Yes.
that's good.
Yes,
That's
it
good.
is.
That's what Mr. Ashby Father talks about. The man upstairs, he knows what he's doing. And
Yeah,
the man upstairs is involved in this business, and that's why it will not fail and nobody can stop it. No one.
that's right. Yes.
And I'd like to ask our regulars to please spread the word about One Global Movement, Speak with Heart, and these daily broadcasts. And I'd like you to show up on Fridays for our O Connect at 1 p.m. Please.
Yes. Yes, sir.
Yes, yes. Thank you so much, John. Your campaign is just like Mr. Ashmo Farah's campaign, continuous. Thank you so much. And not just walls, but kindness build. A world where hearts with warmth are filled. Your smile, a gift freely bestow. Love's echo, let it brightly flow. Thank you so
Oh,
much.
yes.
Yes. And thank you to all who are here, and especially those who contribute here in the chat with your comments. Yes, thank
Yes.
you so much. And maybe you say maybe it is the U.S. Memorial Day. Yes, it is. It is. It is. I'm going to say just a word or two about that. And of course, our arts director Kushal is here. Thank you so much, Kushal, for being here.
Thank you, Kushel. Yes.
Yes, thank you so much for what you're doing for One Global Movement. And Ashok is here, always, always praising ONPASSIVE and Mr. Ash Mufara. We thank you. That's the reason why we all are here. Thank you so much, Ashok. We appreciate you. And Damandra says, thank ma'am, your and One Global Movement team knowledge. Lots support to everyone. Thank you so much.
Yes.
Thank you. And Kusha says, hashtag One Global Movement. Thank you, Sister Yvonne Mundih, Yvonne Finn. See, Yvonne Mundih Finn.
I know that they've doubled up.
For the upliftment of every single child worldwide. Yes, thank you so much. And you are doing the same thing too. And we highly appreciate you. So, guys, listen to the managing director. We need to build this. It therefore means if we're not sharing, people are not here, we're not sharing it enough because we don't want to help some children and not the others. We want to come to a position where we say, okay, now the first plan is going out to all the countries in the world. We don't want to leave any country behind, and therefore no child should be left behind. Because if we do that, we are leaving some children behind. So it is up to us to share. Just share it. Share it with love and with the goodness of your heart. People will listen to you because we want to help every child out there. And that's what One Global Movement is all about. So thank you guys so much. I want to say happy Memorial Day in the United States, especially to our men and women who
Yes,
have
sir.
served to protect what we stand for: liberty, freedom, and goodwill. So I salute all of them out there, and may God continue to bless, protect, and lead them with the kind of wisdom that they should follow the truth and protect all of us. So thank you for everyone. And the one thing that I was going to say, first of all, our condolences go to those that lost their people in Papua New Guinea. And I we ask that, you know, life is like a candle in the wind. It glows and glows, and all of a sudden, out of the blue, the wind just comes and blows the candle off. And
Yeah.
all we are left with is emptiness. And we begin to question, why, Lord? Why? Why is this happening to me? Why now?
Yeah.
Why? And in our questioning, we never seem to have any answers. But the scripture says, In everything, it didn't say only when things are rosy or when things are going well. In everything, let us give thanks to God.
Mhm.
But we will never get the answers to what we are looking for unless we give it to God who created us.
Yes.
And these natural disasters, it happens a lot in the world. It takes away lives, and lives are taken in different ways, and that we
Yeah.
don't. And we pray for our brothers and sisters in Papua New Guinea because we have no answers. And if we can do something, let's do it. But I'm going to do something on behalf of One Global Movement to those that I know. If they can share it with others, that's fine. If they cannot share it, then they can do the best that they can because it's limited resources for right now that
Mhm.
we can afford to do. So
Mhm.
life is like a candle in the wind. We got to
Yes.
live life to its fullest now, not saying tomorrow, because those people were living their lives. They did not
Yes.
know that this was going to happen. And
No.
it bothers me a lot because I equate this situation to a situation that happened in Cameroon when I was still in secondary school, where they came and tested a bomb in one of the lakes in Cameroon and it killed thousands. The whole village was down, the cows, the flies, everything was dead. And the people that were out of town, they survived, but they could not leave. They cried, they starved themselves to death because
Right.
their families were killed. One woman said, "What am I living for? All
Yes.
my husband
Yes.
is killed."
Yes.
So
Yes.
we don't take this life for granted.
No.
See, like what Mr. Ashmufara says, even if I die now, you are in good hands. What about
Yes.
you? What are you going to say? We live life to the fullest now. We are talking about this helping children. We need to be serious about it. When you live this life, what are you going to tell God that you did with the knowledge that He gave you? It is
Yes.
by doing what we are doing, is sharing it to everyone. So our condolences to our brothers and sisters in Papua New
Amen.
Guinea. We are with you in prayers, and we
Yes.
ask God to console you, to touch you at the point where you're most down right now, to all of you,
Amen.
and that we
Yes.
all will also be praying as we are saying these prayers here. Let God touch the heartstrings of those that are
Amen.
in there that are asking the question, why God would answer their why. So thank you
Yes.
guys so much. The one thing that I was going to say here, my the thing that I want to say is that uh, uh, we need to check on one another.
Oh,
Check
yes.
on people as frequently as you can. I feel guilty right now that maybe, just maybe, I could have saved a situation if I had just called to check. Um, when my son was 4 years old, I was just driving in my neighborhood where I was living before that we had a home. And I
Mm-hmm.
saw this woman, she was very worried and she was like, she was looking for something that was lost. And I stopped and I said, "Ma'am, can I help you? It looks like you're worried. Can I help you?" And she said, "I lost my key. I just rushed from work to come and pick up my kids from the bus and put them in the house before going back to work, but I can't find my key." And she was just everywhere around the house. And I said, "I live just less than 30 seconds from you here. I'm your neighbor. If you want, I live with my mom, with my husband and my son. And we are family oriented people. If you want, I can ask my mom to come and stay here and wait for the children if you want, and together with you, so that when the kids come, now you introduce them to my mom, and then my mom can
Right.
take them home and then take care of them until you come back from work."
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly what she did. And
Wow.
since then, we become so close. It's been more
Of
than 50
course.
years. The
Of
first
course.
son, the son graduated in 2022. The
Mm-hmm.
girl graduated in 2023. And so we've been together for everything. They're Ethiopians. Usually they are so neatly tied. If you want to know, Ethiopian is one of those countries that resisted slavery, imperialism and colonialism, and fought tooth and nail and sent them away. So that was one of the countries that was not enslaved in Africa. So we've been so close together. We attend everything. When they have anything, any other people that you see there out of Ethiopians is us. Those children are our children. Those children poop on us. They were so young. We slept with them. They peed in bed. We just took those children like our children. And those children, they call me mom. They call grandma, grandma. And their entire family and community, they know us. When we go, We are always there being the ones that to speak at any occasion. So this is what happened about uh, just 2 years or 1 year ago. The wife of this Mr. Daniel say, Yvonne, why are you staying for too long without calling me? That's not good. It's not good.
Fix your mic. Fix your mic, please.
Okay, am I close now?
Yes, yes.
Okay, so Yvonne, you go for too long without calling me. That's not good. Call and check on me. I wasn't thinking, why is she saying I should be calling and checking? But
Yeah.
another occasion, she says, I have something to tell you.
Oh
Something
dear.
that is really paining me. I want to tell you, but I will not be able to tell you on the phone. I said, no problem. I want to come home.
Mhm.
She says, when we move to our new home, then you will come. I said, no, I want to come now. And she said, I don't speak English. I am not so outgoing like you. You need to be calling on these kids in school. When there's anything, you go there and you check, because me and my husband will not be able to do it like you will do it. So she said, I will tell you. Then I called, I said, Elizabeth, her name is Elizabeth. I want to come. Because when you don't complain about anything, you are just a happy person with a happy family. I must come. She just didn't, maybe didn't want to. Guess what? Saturday, the son called and called my son and said, Al, we're sorry, our mom passed. I said, huh? Al did not, Al is the kind that cries to a lot because we are so close. Al was fighting at 4 years old. No, I will feed the babies. He is a baby, but he's calling other people baby. I will feed these babies. Nobody should, grandma. I need to feed them. Fighting on these babies like they belong to him. So,
Oh dear.
and he was thinking of a way. And he came down and said, Mommy, I'm really sorry we have sad news. The moment he said sad news, my mom started crying, thinking that something has happened in Cameroon. He said, no, grandma, it's not in Cameroon. He said, oh, Auntie Elizabeth passed, Mickey's mother. Ah. And I took the phone. I called Mickey back, the son. I said, Mickey, what happened? I burst out crying. Says, Mom, Yvonne, I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. She died in Ethiopia. That she's been battling with cancer since 2016. I said, oh, this is what she wanted to tell me. But on the second thought, maybe she didn't want to bother me. And she passed. And Elizabeth was telling me all this and take care of the children, not knowing that she was battling cancer. Not
Yeah.
knowing.
Mhm.
Huh?
Yeah.
And then we went to
We
the funeral.
we have to stop living so isolated, because even at 8 billion people, we're still so isolated. We just have our own little bubbles. I know I'm guilty of that too. I think we all are. We either get so caught up or we don't want to bother people, as you say, and
Mhm.
we don't share these things. And why did she go to Ethiopia? This is where the healthcare would be.
But here's the no. When you have a terminal cancer, they tell you between when you're gonna die. Even though God is the one who determines
Exactly. And
the
that's
prognosis.
exactly what I was going to say.
God
They don't
determines
know.
the prognosis, and the doctors determine the diagnosis. They can never determine the prognosis, because a lot of cases where they said this person is going to die, when you have that willpower that you're going to leave, now you're bent on looking for other methods of curing your
Exactly.
cancer. A lot of
Exactly.
time they leave. One of my mentors, Les Brown, who's one of the top 5 speakers in the world, that's what they told him 40 years
Of
ago. And
course, many people
he's
have heard that diagnosis.
He's
Many, many
78
people.
now, and he's still there.
Exactly.
And sometimes these people, you don't need to tell them, because they have a weak spirit, and now they internalize it and they're just waiting for that time. So I think it got to the point where she knew she was going to die. She wanted to go see the mom and take the last supper,
Oh,
the
okay.
supper with the
Okay.
mom. And
Okay.
she then died there. Oh, I said, Yvonne, call me. That thing is haunting me like crazy. Call me,
Of,
Yvonne. Why did
of
you stay
course.
for long without calling me?
Of
And
course.
I don't know how to speak for these children because I don't speak English well. And I'm
Yeah.
like, maybe if I had called, or what would have happened, I don't know.
Yeah.
But I went to the funeral. I just told the children, especially the little girl, I said, I am here for you. Don't be afraid to ask anything. If I don't have, I will tell you it's not there, but I will look for it. I have to
Yeah.
be in school to see how you're doing. I have to check. She goes to school just right here. I can drive only for about 30, 40 minutes to go there. I have to
Right.
be present in the meetings. I have to know how things are going. Do not hide anything from me, because this is
Well,
what
yeah,
the mother was talking about, but I did
sure.
not know that she was
You're
going
gonna
to.
you're gonna be a surrogate mother now for sure.
Hey, And these kids, they should see how we got to the funeral. These kids were, we fell on the floor. These kids were just all, we are all over. We're like, oh, these little kids, what are they going to do?
Yeah,
Losing a mother. But you know what? Let's check on one another.
we must. We
Let's
must.
not, we're not living on an island or as islands upon ourselves.
It's no, we
Let's check
can't.
on one another and let us
Yep.
not say, why is she always calling me? Why is he always calling me? And let us
No.
not think that way, because a lot of people, they are going through isolation, even so. Look at
Yes.
how she isolated herself with that illness. When you have
Yeah.
an illness, you don't tell people, you don't have treatment for it.
I know. I know. I
That's what I
think
wanted to say.
the doctors do a very bad thing when they say that they can mitigate it somehow by saying this is normally something that can take your life, but we're going to do this or you
Uh-huh.
get you involved. But don't pronounce this sentence and then just leave you alone with it. Like it's it's heartless. And besides, it's not always true. As you
It's
said,
not always true. It's
many people have been given that diagnosis, and 20 years later they're still walking around, and you think,
only look at Mr. Les Brown. He's
yes,
in the 70s. He's living. There's no cancer anymore. And
exactly.
he said, oh no, I have my mother to take care of, and we are seven siblings. The mother was a surrogate mom, adopted seven children. She never had children of her own, and
Right.
he and the brother, twin brother, were abandoned. Were given birth to and abandoned in a building, and the woman went there, adopted those children, and
There
said,
you
"Oh
go.
no, I'm the only one who provides for my mother and the family. Oh no, God will not allow this to happen." What did he not
Exactly.
do?
Exactly.
When you assert your willpower that
Yes.
something is not going to happen, it is never going to happen.
And it doesn't matter because God has the final say.
God has a final say. So that is just what I said I will share with you
Oh, well,
guys
that's
here,
very good sharing.
because
Thank you, sister. Yes.
let us really, really check on one
We
another.
are our
Let
brothers
us
and
do
sisters
that.
keepers. We are one
Yes,
another's
yes.
keepers. Yes,
Yes,
we are.
yes, yes. 50 sees no electricity here. We are hot more than African
This
continent
is
this year.
he's
The
saying 50
African
degrees
continent is not
centigrade.
that hot everywhere. Cameroon is very cool with the breeze from the ocean. You know, Africa, it's hot in certain part it's not. You know, where I come from, it can be 100 degrees or plus, but the breeze from the ocean is so cool. Yeah.
Where is Sir AP? Is he in India?
India, India.
So he's saying there's no electricity? Why is that?
But you see, they have difficulties, challenges with the internet too. So sometimes it's difficult.
Okay, I didn't
Yes.
realize. I thought it was just the internet setup and not the electricity.
Yeah,
Okay.
no, yeah. Wow, what a change, Sir AP Madhusadan, and thank you for being here today. So thank you guys so much. We've come to the end of today. Thank you for listening to my gibberish and everything that I'm saying here today,
No, it's not
especially the sad
gibberish.
news. But let
Yeah.
us check on one another.
Yes.
Let us check on people. Drop a word or two, and let's make people feel comfortable to share. Let us not laugh at people, because some people, they keep to themselves because people laugh at them. That's not a good way, you know,
No.
because
Yes.
different things happen. There has to be a reason why people are going through what they're going through, but it's not up to us to judge them or to laugh at them. Okay. So thank you
Yes.
guys so much. Come
Thank you.
again, share, and always remember to stay focused. But I will play this song last so that we can then exit the stage. Stay focused, stay encouraged, stay empowered, and always believe in endless
That's possibilities.
possibility.
Battery
Yes.
100%.
Okay, let's play our
Connected to
international
Galaxy
anthem.
Tab
Sometimes I just play it at the end
A2016S Pen and
so
Nuance
everybody can
S24
listen.
Ultra.
Right.
We are here. We are
We are
ONPASSIVE. Shining bright into the future, we rise high. We are revolution, lifting up as we rise. Stand tall, hand in hand. We are you. We are the
Yes, good time is back. The dancing king and queen. Oh, good job.
Very nice. Doing it.
Shining light. We're lifting up hand in hand. We are we are the
Yes, we have some dancing people on the floor. Come on, Prashad.
Oh boy. In it to win it.
Nancy must be busy at work. The dancing queen.
Yes, she must be here. Go out here. But on our brothers and sisters. In it to win it, in it to win it.
In it to
To
win.
win it, yes.
God, please pour out your comfort on our brothers and sisters in Papua New Guinea and send them whatever they need to help them through this crisis. In Jesus' name we ask. Amen. Thank you so much. Thank you.
You're
Thank you
welcome.
guys so much. See you again if you can at 8 p.m. tonight. Otherwise, tomorrow is another better day. Let us empty out ourselves into the world, into these children, because when God calls us home, we'll be going happily, knowing that we did the very best. All right.
Yes.
Thank you
Yes.
guys so much. See you again next time. Love you. We love you all. Bye
Okay,
bye.
bye everyone. Thank you for coming.